Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to take your seats as quickly as you can, please. The showcase is about to start. Thank you very much. I'm going to introduce you up. Yes. Yeah, cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Thanks, Steve. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Startup Accelerator Showcase 2024. I'm delighted that you're able to join us on this beautiful evening. And it's great to see so many familiar faces in the audience, which is great. But actually, there's also some unfamiliar faces as well. So I think some of you are here for the first time, which is wonderful. And it's the first time that we've had it on campus, which I think also deserves a round of applause. So those of you that have been here before will know that this is a celebration of entrepreneurship. It's about entrepreneurship. It's about the teams that we have taken through the Accelerator program, and you'll get to meet with a lot of them this evening. And if you haven't already done so, they've been in the showcase. Go and meet with them. They have stands. Talk to them. Ask them about their journey. Ask them about their products and services. Ask them about the Accelerator experience. And some of them, you'll get the opportunity to buy their products. You'll get the opportunity to taste some of their products. And then 8 of those people will come this evening and pitch to you on this stage in front of this incredible screen. Isn't that an incredible screen? I think it's the only one in Scotland, they're telling me. So I'm delighted that we've got it here this evening. And so yes, they'll come up and 8 of those people will pitch for you. Now this accelerator started back in September. We opened applications in September. We had over 120 submissions for applications, and that went through a judging process. And I see that there are some judges in the audience tonight who went through those applications with a fine-tooth comb and selected 23 that we invited to a boot camp, and that happened in January. And that was in this room, actually. And the boot camp, it means we can meet them in person for the first time. We can stress test their ideas. We can look them in the eye to see if they really believe and really have the passion to be able to deliver on their ambitions. And we took 16 of those 23s onto the program, and that ran from January to today. And today is the culmination of that experience for them. It's their kind of coming out, and they're showing you what it is that they've done and what they've achieved. And this is our 6th accelerator program. So this started back in 2018, and we're delighted to have representation from the funders of certainly those first ones. So the Wood Foundation are here, which is fantastic because they funded this at the beginning of this journey, which was great. And we're delighted also to be joined by alumni of those last 6 years as well. So I know that Lucy's here, and there's some other, and Reggie's here, there's some other Guy, people that have been on that program before. So it's great to welcome them back. And And this year, I've got to say, the cohort has been amazing. It's been a privilege to work alongside you. I know I say that on behalf of myself, but also the IG team. It's been a fantastic cohort this year, and we've been privileged to work with them. Okay, so round of applause for the cohort. Wonderful, thank you very much. So now I'm delighted to introduce on stage RGU Principal and Vice Chancellor, Steve Olivier, to say a few words of welcome. Thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Chris, and welcome everybody. Delighted to welcome you to the annual Startup Accelerator Showcase. For those of you who have been here before, you know it is a stunningly beautiful campus. And also, I don't know about the rest of the region, but the weather is always like this, just on this campus. So it really is stunning. Tonight, we celebrate the entrepreneurial teams who have been on the journey that Chris has just been describing to you over the past 6 months, developing their startup ideas. As you've heard, it is our 6th showcase, but the very first one held on our campus. And I'm delighted that you could join us tonight, either in person, but also online. Many of you will know that the Scottish Government's National Economic Strategy for Economic Transformation has 5 key programs for action. The very first one that's mentioned is the strategy to establish Scotland as a world-class entrepreneurial nation. It's to be founded on a culture that encourages a sense of curiosity, something that we embrace in this university, and promotes and celebrates entrepreneurship activity across every sector of the economy. That's what we're here to do tonight. I'm very much looking forward to the pitches and connecting with the entrepreneurs later this evening as part of the event. I'd also want to acknowledge and thank our mentors and our funders, many of whom are in the audience. In particular, I'd like to thank the RGU Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group for their passion and for their dedication. It's been pivotal to the program's success over the past 6 years. A very special mention must also go to Felix Chung and his wife Jennifer, who've sponsored tonight's Sustainability Award, and Felix has joined us this evening from Hong Kong. I really think everyone mentioned there deserves a round of applause, please. As I previously mentioned, this showcase is a celebration of our 6th program, and I'm delighted to announce this evening that RGU is to receive UK Shared Prosperity funding from Aberdeen City Council, and that's going to be used to launch our 7th accelerator program later in the year. This competition will be open to anyone in the city aiming to start businesses, to create jobs and to drive economic prosperity across the region. So to conclude, thank you very much, everyone, for your ongoing support. Enjoy the evening, and all the best to the teams. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve. And we have a few words from Minister for Employability and Investment.
Hello. I am sorry I am not able to be with you all in person this evening. I should like to start by acknowledging the contribution Robert Gordon University and all of you attending the Startup Accelerator Showcase make to Scotland's economy. This is an influential event for innovation in the North East, highlighted by the fact it is in its 6th year. The Scottish Government has set the goal of establishing Scotland as one of Europe's top performing startup economies. This commitment is demonstrated through transformative initiatives like the £42 million TechScaler programme, which provides commercial education to start-up businesses in Scotland, equipping them with the knowledge and resources needed to achieve their growth ambitions and scale successfully. There is strong evidence that high-growth startups have a key role in enabling job creation, improving productivity and technology diffusion across the economy. Knowing Scotland has a very strong base of innovation, we have published our National Innovation Strategy with the ambition of becoming one of the most innovative small countries in the world by 2033. The strategy is our roadmap to transform Scotland's economy over the next decade by placing innovation and commercialisation at the heart of our economic growth. Our upcoming Research Commercialisation Action Plan will further support our commitment to work in partnership with our universities as they continue to encourage the creation and scaling of high-growth spin-out companies. That is why I am proud to support Robert Gordon University and its Accelerator Showcase as a key example of how our universities are pivotal in supporting Scottish entrepreneurs. Universities are already an enabler for our vision, having produced 1,243 active university spin-out businesses in 2021-22 alone, and they will remain a key player in driving innovation, commercialisation and entrepreneurship. That's why the Scottish Government continues to prioritise funding to support high-quality research and innovation across Scotland, such as increasing the investment in higher education capital, which includes funding for research to over £350 million, and the launch of the Knowledge Exchange and Innovation Fund this academic year. I would like to wish those pitching today good luck and look forward to hearing more about the innovation and scalable businesses to be supported by this initiative. Thank you.
Thank you very much to Steve and the Minister. So this is quite a big stage, and I do get lonely up on this big stage all by myself. So I'm going to invite somebody else to come and co-host this with me, because every Mork needs a Mindy, every Dastardly needs a Muttley, and every JR needs a Sue Ellen. Some nice 80s references for you, considering we've got the DeLorean. Yeah. Welcome on stage, the Accelerator lead and colleague of me, friend and EIG, Aisha Kazim.
Thank you so much.
Did you park that DeLorean? Is that your DeLorean?
That's my car. No, it's not. But good evening, RGU. We're so happy that you're here tonight. You can be here with us tonight. This would be nothing without you taking the time to contribute to the program of the Accelerator. So a very big, warm welcome, as Chris says, to RGU. And yes, the DeLorean. Did anybody sit in the DeLorean? Take some pictures with the DeLorean? Yeah, I see some hands, absolutely. It's a bit of a theme this evening. And trying to explain that to estates was interesting, how we wanted to bring a DeLorean onto the plaza. And I was asked quite thoroughly how quickly or how fast will the car be on the plaza. And I said, it'll be very slowly brought on, don't you worry about it. So hopefully health and safety will be fine this evening.
There's going to be a line of fire behind it.
No lines of fire planned tonight, no 88 miles per hour. And my colleague Graham, as you know, is taking care of the DeLorean, so he'll keep us all in check for health and safety as well. Okay, so, tonight's theme, like I was saying, is a bit of a Back to the Future theme. And you might say, well, why this theme? It's because, Back to the Future, if you watch the movie, is really about innovation. And it's, in a sense, that's what we do every year here with the showcase. We kind of bring our audience, yourselves, potentially, we take you back to the future. So it could be the future of healthcare, future of sports. So we're really delighted you could join us here this evening. There's also, I'm reminded of a famous line for Back to the Future. It says, maybe you guys aren't quite ready for that yet, but your kids are going to be. Innovation in itself can be quite a hard piece, and that's why it's so important that you're all here tonight to support these innovative early-stage startups. I've worked with them quite closely over the past 5 months, and honestly, I'm kind of, shaking a little bit, but honestly, there's something about this cohort in particular, and I know you're going to go on to do great things. So please, round of applause for the cohort, if that's okay. That's what it's about tonight. So, celebration of the startups, yeah. Okay, so yes, another thing that wouldn't be, the program wouldn't be possible unless we had support of our great Northeast entrepreneurial ecosystem. I can see people in the room. I can see Paul. I can see Nick, Barclays, Eagle Labs, and TechScaler, like the Minister was saying. So we need all these organizations, One Tech Hub as well, to plug into the support for the Accelerator. And this year we got them in really early to that support. So I'm happy to see that sort of synergy going on as well. So in terms of the cohort, what did we get up to this year? It was quite an interesting cohort, as I've kind of alluded to. We had somebody travel all the way from Ethiopia this year to attend our sessions in Aberdeen multiple times. Gwenga, I think you need to give us a bow. Come and stand up. He's all the way from Ethiopia. Yes, quite a few times. And you brought us some lovely Ethiopian coffee as well, so I'm still enjoying that. Thank you very much. Keep that coming. That's good. And we had people from England as well come to attend this cohort in person in Aberdeen. So we're bringing this amazing sort of diversity to the stage, essentially, with the Accelerator program, which is one of the strengths. We did go to a trip, in terms of bonding the field, the cohort together. We had a field trip. This is us on the way to Donator Castle. At the start of the trip, we left RGU campus. Everything was looking fine, but then it didn't quite work out. There wasn't much of a view, so it was pea soup when we got there. We couldn't even see the castle. But it's typical Scottish experience. There you go, Gwenga. There you go. You're welcome. Okay, so yes, that's a little bit about what we got up to over the cohort. Yes, and in terms of what we're leading to, it's all leading towards tonight to the awards, of course. We're really celebrating the cohort's progress and what they've been up to. Don't they look great? They're all lovely and sustainable awards designed by Guy, who's also an RGU alumni and then did our awards last year as well. So thank you so much. Yes, Highland Heritage. So we're really looking forward to handing these out tonight and some well-deserved equity-free seed cash funding as well.
Is there a best dressed? Would I win best dressed?
I don't know. It's a tough call between me and you, to be honest. Yeah.
No, they look fabulous, and thanks again to Guy and Heritage, Highland Heritage Woodworks for providing the prizes again, because they're beautifully handmade, and he's done that for 2 years now, so
absolutely
that's brilliant.
Okay. So in terms of the awards we have tonight, we've got Innovation Award, we've got the Community Impact Award, we've got the Audience Choice Award. So please all stick around tonight because you actually have a chance to vote for your favorite startup tonight in person. So it's in your hands, the power is in your hands. We also have, of course, a very special award this year from the Felix Chung Sustainability Award, which we are delighted to establish this year in the Accelerator program. So again, please, a round of applause for that. Definitely appreciate it. We'll be hearing a little bit more from Felix later on. And of course, your lovely wife, Jennifer, as well. Thank you. But your University of Aberdeen, but we won't hold that against you. It's fine. It's okay. It's all right. We also have Best Pitch and Best Showcase Stand and the Extra Mile Award.
Fantastic. A lot of awards to get through. Yeah. So excellent. We're in for a great evening. So just to say, we are streaming on live. So hello to everyone at home that's watching, because I forgot to do that at the beginning. So I hope you're settling down and you'll be in for a good evening as well. Bit of housekeeping. Obviously, you need to do a bit of housekeeping. If you do have a mobile phone, if you would put it on silent, please, that would be great. You probably need it because the QR code to vote for the audience votes will be live. So if either off or on silent, please. There's no alarms expected, but if the alarm does go off, we will need to exit up the stairs. The muster point is in the car park as well. But hopefully that won't happen. There was one earlier today, I believe, so we did have to get out, but hopefully there won't be any disrupting the event. And we're going to have a short comfort break after the first 4 pitches. And toilets are up there through the concourse and on the left-hand side. And drinks and food is all available. Absolutely. And in terms of how the schedule's going to run, you've all got schedules on your chairs there, so please have a wee look next to the fortune tellers. But we're going to kick off with one round of 4 pitches, so we'll be hearing 5-minute pitches from each startup. And then that'll lead to a short comfort break, as Chris was saying, and then we'll have the other 4 startups pitching as well. In terms of guest speakers you've got to look forward to tonight, we are delighted that our RGU Accelerator alumni, Andy Ridgway, could also fly in to be with us from Asia this year. So he's going to be telling us about what he's been up to over the past 2 years being part of the program. And also we are delighted that we have Shelley McCoy, who is also with us all the way from Dundee as well, who's established businesswoman herself and also from the show The Gladiators. So we'll be hearing a little bit more about her story later as well. So that's great. Thank you so much. So many people traveling this year, isn't it, Chris? It's great. Yeah. So yes, stick around as we hand out over £20,000 in equity-free prize funding tonight. Thank you. Fantastic. So like previous years, we have learnt, we have laughed, we have launched businesses, and the EIG team are very excited to see what happens in the future. And just to mention as well, you will have opportunities to win prizes yourself tonight because we're going to do a social media competition. So if I can encourage you to all tweet the hashtags on the screen, we will be selecting winners and handing out very special prizes. A wee mini DeLorean car and a gremlin is up for grabs tonight. So yes, there you go. Thank you. Okay.
For me, a real highlight of the Accelerator this year has been the sense of community spirit that the cohort has exhibited. It's been fantastic seeing them all support each other and bond together as a really strong cohort that I know will serve them well in the future years to come as they explore this world of entrepreneurship and business.
I'm really impressed this year with how the teams have applied their learning. I can see how much they have soaked up from the Accelerator program and started to apply that to their own businesses.
They came to the Accelerator at different stages, and it's been interesting seeing the co-founders take ownership and really make their startup their own and progress it.
The individuals that take part in the cohort come with such passion, and they bring their inspiration and drive to every session, and that really means a lot because the work that we put into the program then benefits them and helps them with their business idea.
The teams this year have been incredible. I think one of the strengths of this year's cohort has really been the diversity, not just in gender and backgrounds and sectors, but also in their ideas.
You know, for me, the highlight is actually the program itself. It begins in December when we start looking at the applications as they come in. That's kind of exciting. It builds excitement, builds momentum.
Really enjoyed the bootcamp. I think the bootcamp is a great first impression. It's where you first meet all the entrepreneurs. It's where they meet one another for the first time.
They kind of that first boot camp Saturday in a cold and dark and windy and rainy January, and they're slightly sort of shuffling around, looking at the ground, shuffling around, not fully articulate with their idea. And then just a few months later, there they are. They're standing there, making a really kind of coherent statement about what their idea is and showing their development.
For me, the mentor mashup was a really pivotal point in the program. I could see how much each of the groups had come on, how much they'd learned.
The mentor mashup for me was just a lovely opportunity to have free conversation with each of the businesses. I get to know a little bit more about what they're doing, and also just to challenge them a little bit around what they're learning about themselves.
So, the showcase. The showcase events for me, it's more like the climax of everything.
I love the showcase. It's a time for us to get all dressed up and enjoy a night of where all the hard work comes to one place and everybody gets to see all of the exciting things that have been happening over these last few months.
I'm expecting it to be a really wonderful evening, packed with excitement and inspiration.
I am really excited for this year's showcase, year 6 of the RGU Startup Accelerator, because this year for the first time we're actually bringing it back to our home turf of the RGU Garthy campus.
And for them to be able to show the world that yes, they've got an idea and the ideas are able to change the world. So that has always been like the major lookout for me for the showcase event.
And so the celebration that we have at the showcase is fantastic. And I always really look forward to the pitching. We obviously do a lot of practice with them, but actually getting them up on stage in front of 150, 200 people and even more online to really, sell themselves, sell their business idea is just an incredible moment. Oh, shut up. Who was that old duffer at the end? Right, we have the audience, we have the entrepreneurs, we have the awards, we have the audience online as well. Now we need some judges, and here they are. Give them a round of applause. So welcome to Danella Beaton, Vice Principal of Economic Development at Robert Gordon University, Dr. Yekemi Atoro, co-founder of Dockaroo, and Edward Pollock, TechX Accelerator Manager at the Net Zero Technology Center. You've got a tough job. You've got a tough job tonight, definitely. Right, should we get on with it? Should we get on with it? Yes. So, okay, let's welcome our first pitch. Put your hands together and welcome on stage a good friend of ours. It's Colin, the founder of Big Dog Stories.
And it uses this to update the model, hence simulating the heart's structure and performance. But why the digital twin? The answer is in its history. The rescue operation in 1970 to bring 3 Apollo 13 astronauts 200,000 miles away back home safely. We've all seen the movie Apollo 13, featuring Tom Hanks, right, where an explosion of an oxygen tank in the service module led to the famous words, "Houston, we've had a problem." Now, what many people don't know is the reason they succeeded. They had a physical model, a replica of the spacecraft and all its components back in Houston. This model allowed them to find workaround solutions to the current problems and the simulated problems they might face coming back home. Now, instead of physical replicas, modern digital twins are virtual replicas, and adding AI makes them way more effective. And one effective source of innovation is cross-pollination of ideas across fields. For example, deep learning AI is a computer model of the neural networks of the brain, and Dyson, whom we all know, shrunk a 30-foot high industrial conical centrifuge for use in vacuum cleaners. Our heart health is a perfect fit for digital twin innovation. The cardiovascular digital solutions market is worth about £74 billion globally, presenting huge opportunities. The NHS announced just last week that they're looking into using digital twins for cardiac health, an approach strikingly similar to ours, proving we are on the right track. And there are many gaps, we have gaps in our general understanding of the heart, which, trust me, is 100 times more complex than a spacecraft. So a lot of organizations will need to work on it. There are competitions and other products out there, all right, like medical scans and wearable devices, but the digital heart advantage is we also use this data to update your digital heart. We are adopting a B2C subscription revenue model, and we've just been accepted into Converge, and we are speaking with some amazing Scottish organizations and universities to conduct a medical research project and to build a working prototype. The founders, Dr. Deji, is an optimization and AI engineer. He had his PhD in structural optimization for additive manufacturing. He has won 2 UK grants for finite element analysis and computer-aided engineering research. Dr. Banke, a development economist with 2 masters and a PhD from MIT and Columbia, and has worked with the World Bank and the UN. And myself, an electrical engineer and project manager. I co-founded a health tech startup about 2 years ago. We took it to Texas, Tel Aviv last year. We raised over $150,000, and some hospitals are using the product right now as we speak. And we're currently shopping for a medical co-founder, just in case you know anyone. Our advisors, Dr. Ehud, a cardiac surgeon, and Alice Gottlieb from Caltech, who works on data visualization at the intersection of wearable tech and diabetes. We're looking to raise $200K, and the equity-free funds from RGU is going to help kickstart this process. Join us as we reshape the future of cardiovascular health with the digital heart innovation. I'll be out back. Let's have a chat. Thank you very much.
Fantastic job, great. Thank you, Benga. My heart goes out. Heart goes out to you there. So, let's see what I did. Okay, it's pitch number 3. Wasn't it great? It's great. So great start. So pitch number, they're so diverse, aren't they? It's quite tough. Pitch number 3, let me welcome on stage, big round of applause for Kaya and Rebecca from Carnegie.
Hi, Chris. Thank you for the introduction. Hello, everyone. If you're feeling comfortable, could I ask you first to close your eyes for a minute? Now, if you're ready, start imagining. It's a warm summer day. You're having a picnic in a park with your loved ones. The sun is kissing your face, and there's a gentle breeze. Then your dog is running somewhere in the background, but you start hearing something else, a buzzing of a bee. It's getting louder and louder. And as it's coming closer to you, what's your instinct reaction here? Be honest with yourself. Some of you might just stay still and completely ignore it. There's few of you in the audience who might want to run away. And maybe some might even try to kill it. But you know what this bees does for you, for our life, for our world? A world without bees is a world deprived of color, of life, of vitality. It's a sad world. Open your eyes now. I'm Kaya, this is Rebecca, and today we're trying to change this narrative. Carney Bees wants to create a community of sustainable beekeepers who are passionate about the planet and what they're doing. But more than just that, we want to be your go-to hub for learning about wellness and about the products that bees offer for us and how they can improve our health. Products like raw honey, propolis, and pollen. Imagine a wellness village, a place where you can come, relax, get treated, and live your best life.
So our beachhead market consists of health-conscious consumers who prioritize well-being, and they are looking for natural and sustainable alternatives to conventional bee products. They are the type of individuals that also value environmental sustainability and value authenticity in their purchases. But who are our customers? Well, I spoke already to some of you up on the stairs, but you might recognize yourself in her traits. So this is Natural Nelly. She's all about healthy living and loves exploring new ways to improve her well-being naturally. But finding the right products can be quite tough, especially with a lot of heavy marketing, misleading labeling, and greenwashing. So at Carney Bees, we want to make Nelly's journey easier by offering her wholesome alternatives and education without sacrificing her needs and values when it comes to authenticity and sustainability. And at Carney Bees, we understand exactly what Nelly needs because we're just like her. So in Scotland, there's quite a lot of potential in the wellness industry with a market worth around £6.6 billion. 60% of this is made of physical activity, wellness real estate, and healthy eating. At Carney Bees, we want to merge this gap, position ourselves in the middle, and open the first apitherapy wellness village in Scotland.
But how exactly are we going to do this? So here's our roadmap. So far, we've introduced honey infusions, a product that quickly became popular in Aberdeenshire. You can try it at our stand if you haven't already, and we're giving a little sample boxes for you guys to try. Then we launched our website. With growing demand, we had to partner with different local beekeepers to keep with the growing demand and being able to produce all those products. Then we started spreading the awareness by going to markets all around, not just Scotland, but in the entire UK.
So this year we started expanding our community by hosting wellness events in collaboration with local businesses, also supporting the local economy. Then we want to focus on innovation next. We plan to open a bee sauna where you can inhale the air from the hive for its natural healing properties. And after that, we aim to provide workshops featuring therapists from around the world to provide transformational experiences for our community and also growing Scottish tourism.
It is a business after all, so how does this translate into numbers? So far, the business generated a revenue of £52,000. The prediction for this year is £80,000, and then after that, we're expecting a 200% growth year on year. 60% of our revenue comes from events, 20 from our website, and 30 from wholesale. We're currently in 15 shops around Aberdeenshire. Meet our team. My mom, Anna, who's sitting in the audience, she's a beekeeper, responsible for making up the product. Rebecca, our social marketer, deals with customers and our website, and I'm a business manager dealing with every single day business operations. However, we are a startup, so we all end up pitching in and doing everything. You know the drill. And
so we're looking for connections to help us expand our community of beekeepers and help us grow. And we're looking for individuals for a group of advisors to help improve our profit margin, to fill in the gaps, so in the financial sector. And we're looking for individuals in the food sector to help scale the retail side of the business.
We're not quite ready for investors, but we are looking for opportunities where we can find land in order to not only keep more bees, but also to scale our workshop operations. So the question is, next time when you're going to find a bee in a park, what are you going to do? Thank you.
Well done, Rebecca and Kaya. They did a great job there. So that's our third pitch. So we have one more pitch for this session, and we're going from bees to AI. So I'd like to introduce on stage, round of applause, please, for Jan and Luis from InnoSport AI.
just as well I played cricket, I could catch that. Okay, good evening everyone. InnoSport is sport in, or innovation in sport. So if I can ask you just to raise your hands if you've taken part in sport before or physical activity. Okay, we've got quite an audience over here. Thank you. So I want you to think back to maybe when you were this age and you were trying to learn a new skill, whether it was in PE, not quite understanding what you're doing wrong because you can't see it. Highlighting that little boy there, the blonde one, you know, he had a dream, wanted to be a professional player. Unfortunately, every time, you know, just when he peaked, hit injuries, didn't quite know what was happening, and at age 25, that dream was gone, okay? Decided to move into coaching, went to do his level 3, and discovered what video analysis and cameras can actually do to your sport. And this little camera that's got a little screen like this, which is literally a quarter of the size of an iPhone today, was to me the big intervention that 2 years later, the dream did become a reality. So as I said, you know, today with the phones, videos, you know, the screen's a lot bigger, battery lasts a lot longer, it's a lot easier to transfer data up into the cloud and to get that analyzed. So all in all, we think our app that we can add to this mobile phones that everyone has got accessible can change the world of sport. Important to think about the stats as well. 50% of coaches are volunteers, of which only 30% are actually qualified. So again, having an application that can help to bring quality into coaching, but also supporting remote areas, and more importantly, to prevent injuries, to me is key. Meeting a team, so myself, I bring the sporting credibility, having played at the highest level. However, my own background is business, but to be honest, it's my business partner that makes the magic happen. He's got a master's, he's a data scientist, and he's the man that creates all these amazing models that you're going to see.
As an athlete or as a coach, it's already difficult to allocate time to set your goals, and even more to keep motivated and out of injuries while trying to achieve them. Analyzing and monitoring every aspect of the training or matches is challenging. But what if it wouldn't? For that reason, we have developed an innovative AI-driven platform for coaches and athletes to monitor and improve performance while trying to avoid injuries on the way. But how does it work, you may be asking? The first step is the user will upload any training or match videos into the platform. Then it will be able to share and request for feedback from any coach at any time, anywhere. All the videos that are uploaded to the platform, they are processed and analyzed to create a tailored database for that specific athlete. Then it can leverage from our AI custom chatbot to encrypt data. Ask about what is the key performance metric of interest of the last month season or training. This allows to share between coach or clubs or any family or social media all the performance that he have done. Moreover, for a deep insights into the training and videos, we have our AI tracker. This can locate, analyze, and isolate any key point of the human body for custom visualizations, and also it can get, you can use the custom tools to annotate any frame at any frame in the given video. This opens up a new era where informed coaching and athlete performance metric can be achieved.
So with our research, we've seen that there's a big market, 2.6 billion over the next 4 years. And we're going to be specifically focusing in player performance analysis and injury prevention. That's the area where we want to be. With the access of international coaches and fellow sportsmen, we've reached out not just in Scotland, but also Australia, South Africa, and other areas to see initial feedback on our prototypes that we've developed. And the one bit there, very innovative, it could be a game changer. For us, the next stage is to commercialize. So we're going to have a basic free model that athletes can use the basic features, but then a £7 a month subscription model for those that want to have some of the advanced analytics. We're also going to look at a coach model that can be developed further. We believe that once we launch, in 10 months, we'll be able to break even. And as you can see, there's healthy profits in year 2 and 3 based on the assumptions that we've used. So we do have an ask if there's investors that want to be part of our journey, marketing professionals, and people to help the front-end development. We're pretty confident that we've got the back end there, but it's all about that user experience that we want to share. So hopefully someone over here can help me and Louis to help these young athletes on their journey to make their dream a reality like mine did become. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Well done, InnoSport AI. I noticed some of the sporty people in the room taking notes there, so that's quite good to see. Absolutely, really well done. Okay, so now it's the time of the evening where we're going to encourage you to, again, tweet and post and hashtag, but it's the time when we're going to announce our first winner of the social media competition, as you've all been tweeting and, making that happen online. So I'm delighted to announce the winner of our toy DeLorean, not the real thing, of course, is going to be coming up. There we go, Susan Walsh, are you in the house? Susie Walsh, come on over. There we go. My lovely colleague Diana is handing me the toy DeLorean now. This comes with no health and safety advice or anything. You could go mad. Thank you very much. There we go. Would you like to wave to the crowd? Could be you next time. Yes. Thank you so much. And speaking of the DeLorean, just to mention, we've had it all day here at RGU, and we've been delighted to have that, but the DeLorean is raising funds for Willow Animal Sanctuary in Fraserburgh if anybody wants to donate. But you don't have to, of course. Okay, so we are going to go to the next bit now, which is a little behind-the-scenes video filmed by our two lovely colleagues, Zaire and FT. Okay, you know who you are, and you'll know who they are a little bit more after watching this video. It's a little behind-the-scenes action of what we got up to today, so enjoy.
Welcome to the RGU Startup Accelerator Showcase 2024. I'm Yair Ditch, and this is my colleague.
I'm FT, and we are excited to have you here with us. We're going to take you behind the scenes to see some fantastic build-up to this event, and we believe that you're in for a ride. This year comes with a special theme, Back to the Future, and as you can see, we're on our way to the future. Join us.
I'm Deliberation. I'm Vice Principal of Economic Development at Robert Gordon University.
What are your thoughts on the Accelerator program?
I love the Accelerator program. I love today when we're absolutely celebrating the very best of what comes out of the Accelerator program. But for me, I've actually loved the program even more, should I say. And I'm in a privileged position as VP because I get to see the different stages and the developments through the five months that the startups are working on the program.
Hi, I'm Patricia Nkemi Innocent, and I'm the Student President for Communication and Democracy here in RGU.
And as the Student President, are there any tips you could offer to students on how best to take advantage of extracurricular opportunities, just like the RGU Startup Accelerator?
Okay, something I'm going to say is that RGU is big on student experience, big on preparing students for the industry, And another thing we are very big on is entrepreneurship, which is why we have the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group. So for our students, my advice would be to ask questions, because you could never go wrong with asking questions. Asking the right questions, getting signposted to the right departments, I think is my top tip I would give to any student.
The cohort includes a range of nationalities with 14 countries represented by founders. Benga, you know this more than anyone as you have traveled from Ethiopia many times during the program. Why did you make these trips?
When I applied for the accelerator, even from the application, right, the kind of questions that were being asked, gave me an indication of the depth of the content of the program, right? I wasn't going to miss on that. And then I do understand that anything of value, is either because it's hard to find or hard to get, right?
Yeah.
I place a lot of value on the content of the program, and I think it's worth it, considering that what's at stake is the future, future success of the company.
Shiva, can you tell us a bit more about your Yaya's Hub and your mission?
Yes, thank you. As you know, lately Grampian area has become a home to young asylum seekers, and 80% of them, they are unaccompanied and younger than 18. So what we created is a hub where they can connect with the young adults, they can socialize, and through that socializing they can learn, they can develop skills, they can integrate with community better, they can adapt to the new home, new environment, new community better, and that helps them with their isolation, because they are isolated, they are alone, with their mental health, with the depression, even suicide, and basically helps them with learning the skill and then higher employability and building a successful life.
The cohort was amazing. I made some really wonderful new friends, had some new ideas, and had some interesting conversations. I could see the challenges I face in some of the businesses I've heard from, and it was quite interesting to hear them speak. Also, I think that the team that administered the administrator were amazing. They showed a lot of concerns to what the challenges faced by the cohort, and I wouldn't have missed it for anything. I'm truly grateful I had the opportunity to come here.
Okay, thank you so much, everybody. Okay, now it's time for a really quick 10-minute break. Just a really quick one. Please grab a drink, grab something to eat. We'll see you back here in 10 minutes. Thank you, guys. Okay. 2-minute warning, folks, 2-minute warning. Please get your drinks and food and head down the stairs, and we shall resume live pitching. Thank you so much.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like to retake your seats, please. We're about to restart for the second half. Please retake your seats as quickly as possible. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay, so we are back in the room, everyone. Apologies, we know it's a bit of a warm day, so we've given you a wee bit longer for your comfort breaks, just to make sure you can get some cold drinks. Appreciate it's a bit warm today. But if you could please make your way down, just to try and keep to the schedule, that'll be brilliant. Thank you so much. Good. Okay, we are about ready to kick off our next round of pitching. So if you could please take your seats, that would be brilliant. Thank you so much. And remember to tag and tweet online. Get those hashtags going. Startup Showcase. Hashtag RGU Startup Accelerator. It'll be in your brain by the end of this event, I'm sure. Yes. Fused in your brain. Yes. You'll wake up and you'll just want to tweet Startup Showcase. Thank you so much. The judges are back, which is great. How'd you get on, judges? Tough decision, isn't it? Tough, tough. It is hard. They're definitely representing, and it's hard to make a decision, isn't it? Yes. Some great choices tonight, so it's not an easy task. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we will just get started, okay? Like I was saying, we do encourage you to tweet online. I want to give some personal shout-outs as well, as we're waiting for everyone to make their way over. So special thanks. I'm sure you saw Pepper, the robot, from the School of Computing. So thank you so much to the School of Computing for programming Pepper, yes. If you speak to Pepper, she will tell you more about each startup. So you can say, Pepper, tell me more about Carney Bees, and she will talk to you. So that is awesome. So thank you to the School of Computing. Also another shout out. Has anybody had a go at the fortune tellers yet? Yeah, a few people. I've not had those since school. So yeah, it's pretty cool to have that. So shout out to the Gatehouse for that as well. Okay, just in the interest of time, folks, we will get started with our next round of pitches. Okay, thank you very much. So I would now like to welcome to the stage our next round of pitches, which is actually going to be Placement Hub, and it's Jeremy Arnold and Rory Quinn Bailey. Thank you.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeremy.
And I'm Rory.
And we are Placement Hub. So I want you to imagine this. You're a nursing student about to start your first placement. You open your placement allotment and your heart sinks. You've been placed in the Scottish borders, far away from everyone and everything that you know. This is the story of Maria, an international student who went through exactly this. Now, when Maria opened her placement at first, she was excited. It was an opportunity for her to put her classroom knowledge to the test and take steps towards a fulfilling career that she had envisioned for herself. However, this excitement soon turned to fear as she realized she would be alone in an unfamiliar place. Determined to take steps to prepare, Maria looked for opportunities for her to do so, but try as she might, all she found was generic NHS guidelines and procedures. She struggled to find affordable accommodation, and when she went out there, in a high tourist region, she needed to go through Airbnb. She ended up paying over £2,000 for only a 6-week placement while she was out there. When Maria got there, she felt isolated and alone. Her mental health took a dive, and as a result, instead of an enriching learning experience, this experience cast a shadow on Maria's entire outlook on nursing in Scotland.
So sadly, Maria's story is not an isolated case. And as physiotherapy students, me and Jeremy have both witnessed and experienced the challenges he's just mentioned. And we've seen the effects that stress and isolation can have and the toll that that can take on our fellow students. So with all of that in mind, I want you to picture a different story. Imagine if Maria had access to a platform that provided her with affordable accommodation options, connected her with fellow students, a community of fellow students, and provided her with the information she needed to feel prepared and confident.
Now, Roy and I have come together to address the 3 main issues that students are facing on placements: high accommodation costs, social isolation, and a lack of information available to prepare for individual placements. Now, Placement Hub is more than just a website. It's a lifeline for students on placement, and Roy and I have designed it to tackle these 3 challenges head on. In order to do so, we provide a centralized hub for affordable accommodation options, a forum space for information sharing whilst on placement, and a placement location-based hub and a social network in order for students to directly connect while they're on their placement experiences. With Placement Hub, students like Maria will no longer have to feel alone and isolated. They'll be connected through this community and have the information that they need to hit the ground running.
Okay. So Placement Hub fills a significant gap in this market where students, they don't have the information they need, as we mentioned. Sorry, just a moment. The potential impact of this is huge. There are thousands of students currently across the UK and Scotland who face placement challenges every year. And through providing this kind of platform, we're helping address the critical staffing issues that the NHS is also facing by improving students' perception of working in a healthcare setting. So in order to sustain and grow Placement Hub, just backside, we've adopted a multifaceted monetization strategy. We provide a premium subscription service at just £5 per month, which allows access to our accommodation share and swap platform, as well as exclusive content for placements. We're also actively seeking partnerships with universities, as well as student-centered businesses for ad space, targeted promotions, and content. And through our market research into student demographics, placement offers, and just the overall demand for Placement Hub as a platform, our projections of user base after 1 year is 10,000 users per month. And with our subscription service, our university collaborations and business partnerships, we have a projected income of £100,000 in our first year with a profit of 20,000. So with this, with all of these things considered, and especially with the monetization strategy that is affordable for students, and we're confident in the sustainability and growth of potential of Placement Hub as a platform.
I hope that we have illustrated the magnitude of this issue and the opportunity that there is for Placement Hub to fill a significant gap in the student experience. Now, going forward, in order to make Placement Hub into a reality, we ask for your help in the development and the implementation of Placement Hub as a program. Now, we've made a working prototype of Placement Hub, but we know that we will need experienced development hands on a consistent basis in order to bring our vision into a reality. Now, we know that Placement Hub can change the student experience for the better and all of those involved with that community. Join us in empowering and transforming the student experience across Scotland and the United Kingdom, one placement at a time. Thank you.
Thank you.
Big hand. Big round of applause. Well done, guys. Placement Hub, very much student-focused. So it's really great to get your input on how to improve that space for us here. Okay, so next on stage we have Shaji Matthew of Revive Geosciences. A big hand, please.
Good evening. Just like me, I can see many of you are wearing glasses. Would you mind taking them off and have a look around? How does it feel? I just want you to appreciate the difference. For me, everything appears very blurred. I cannot see anyone's face now. I cannot recognize anyone, and I don't think I will be confident to speak to you in this situation, in this way. However, when I put my glasses on, you can also have your glasses on, the richness of color and clarity becomes a reality for me. I can now read, I can recognize people's face, and I feel confident to stand here and speak to you. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Shaji Matthew. I'm the founder and CEO of Revive Geoscience Services, a company that supports transition to sustainable energy. This personal reality of how a clarity of information can empower somebody has always driven the passion in my profession. I'm a geophysicist with over 20 years of experience, and in my profession, I process geophysical data with an aim to make it clear for decision makers so that they will be empowered to take the right decision. And this is very vital when it comes to offshore wind farm developers, where the decision makers are trying to understand what lies beneath the seabed. How is the sediment? Is it a soft sediment or is there a hard rock? Where to put the wind turbine? Is there a boulder which could be hazardous for my wind turbine installation? All these questions persist in their mind when they are trying to take the decision, and they can only take a vital decision when they have the clear picture of what is lying beneath. This is how Revive Geoscience Services support offshore wind farm industry. We bring our decades of experience from oil and gas industry and couple with artificial intelligence and produce a better product so that they will understand, clearly see what is lying beneath the seabed and also can make a vital decision. And the aim is to reduce the uncertainty and investment risk. We know there are several projects worth hundreds of millions of dollars which have either been canceled or in hold because they couldn't understand or make a vital or important decision. And this is also crucial for UK government to develop the 50 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity by the year 2030, which is, as it stands, 265% where we are currently now. And this is where we are supporting. Our team is highly experienced and got a wealth of experience in energy industry and academic research. However, we need a commercial director who will support us in growing the business. We started our journey last year with a vision to be the technology partner of choice for developers in Scotland and beyond, and we established a collaboration by the end of last year with the local business and also a part of the RGU Accelerator program, and hey, we are in the finals for some good reasons. And in May, we established a formal collaboration with Hertford University, And in April, we jointly applied for innovation vouchers, Innovation Smart Grant, to develop a next-generation AI-driven processing package, which will be much faster, efficient, lower in cost, enabling a faster decision-making. And in May, we already established our collaboration with Scottish Power and Ocean Wind, which are the major ocean wind farm developers in Scotland, and are discussing on projects in Scotland and in Australia as well. The offshore wind market is expected to grow over the coming decades at the rate of 12%, and we want to be part of that growth. Therefore, we need a strong commercial team who will help us navigate this journey. Our financial projection, we are expected to take 2 to 3 projects by the end of this year and expecting a turnover of £200,000. And when it comes to next year, we are expecting to take more projects and plan to expand our team, bringing employment into Aberdeen and expecting a turnover of £500,000. And the year after that, we are expecting a turnover of £750,000. This is based on the market projection and the industry growth. We are based in Aberdeen. Aberdeen has seen a significant transition over the past decades, from being known as the granite city to be once later called as the oil capital of Europe when oil was first discovered in 1970s. And over the last 50 years, Aberdeen, several infrastructure and technology development has been carried out for oil and gas industry. And we believe that Aberdeen has got a resource for the next major transition as a global leader in sustainable energy. Revive Geoscience Services is a testament for that, where we bring the expertise for the energy industry to support a future of sustainable energy. However, we will not be able to do this without your support. We need a support to establish a right connection into the wind market. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a time for that transition. It is a time to support Aberdeen's Revive Geoscience Services. Would you support us in this mission? Thank you.
Very well done, Saji. Thank you so much for that. Now, from geosciences to the corporate social responsibility world, welcome to the stage Shauna Nerney and Joshua Meny of Community.
Thank you. Hello, and of course, it's the act you've all been waiting for all night to see.
Good evening, everybody. Imagine this. Jane, a local business owner, steps off the train in Aberdeen. As she rushes to her office, she stops. Lying on the ground is a man. Hello, are you all right? Can I help you? Her heart drops. Just today on the train, she read that 1 in 4 children in Aberdeen are living in poverty. For a while now, she's wanted to make a difference through her company, but she hasn't been able to. She quickly rushes off. Jane really wants to help. Her employees want to help. And more than anything else, her business has skilled resources that could really contribute to the third sector. The only problem is Jane doesn't have the time, the knowledge, or the dedicated staff to even know where to begin.
Now, this story isn't unique to Jane. There's so many businesses that me and Shauna know of across the northeast of Scotland who are so keen to give back to the communities that they're operating in. They've got the staff there, and they've got the motivation to do it too. However, they often lack the understanding and the resources to even know where to begin. So without dedicated staff, it's hard for them to sort through all the information out there, meet with the charities and really understand the projects that they want to help with, and just do the good that they want to do. But this is where community comes in. Now, we're a business-to-business service provider specialising in supporting other businesses maximise the legacy and impact that they have on society and the environment, or what's also known as corporate social responsibility. So imagine this. On one side of a riverbed, you have the corporates and companies with a skilled workforce so willing to help charities. And on the other side of a riverbed, you've got the charities so willing and desperate for their help. And in the middle, you have the bridge, community. And that's us. So, has anyone ever seen a TV programme, Married at First Sight?
Yes.
Shauna has. It's her favourite TV show.
No.
We're basically the specialists on that TV show that find a couple and marry them up together. Wouldn't you say so, Shauna?
It's something like that. we will operate as a business service provider, And we'll have a platform where businesses can access this platform, and they will see all of the vetted charity packages and opportunities that we have available. More than seeing all of this in one place, a one-stop shop, they also see impact data. So for each specific activity, they could tell the impact to their employees participating, the impact on the charity, and the impact on the community as a whole. More than that, we do all the heavy lifting for them. We make the match, we plan the activity, and we do all of the administrative services. We also do impact measurement, report writing, and we shout about their good. So all businesses have to do is show up and do good.
So we know it may all sound too good to be true, and you'll also be wanting to know where the finances and money are coming from. So we'll charge a consultant fee to businesses based on the length and scale of each project that we lead and support them with, as well as weighing up the expected impact of the initiative, all while charities benefit at zero cost. So like any business, we of course anticipate overheads, which will be our workforce salaries, marketing, tech and equipment, legal, accounting services, and continuous training and development opportunities.
So what is ahead in our timeline before we launch? ACFO, the third sector umbrella organization, have invited us to be the key speakers at their summer event on June the 6th. And we're going to use this as an opportunity to really get to know the charity sector, who we already have buy-in from. We're going to start a series of one-to-one meetings with them to really understand their needs. We're going to be doing this at the same time with businesses in Aberdeen, and towards the end of September, we plan to launch our pilot project. This will match one charity and one business to test and learn what we already think is happening. At the end of this, we'll have a nice, tidy case study with our lessons learned and clear outcomes, which will help us launch in January 2025.
So upon the rollout of our service and our business, we foresee benefits in 3 key areas. 1 for the businesses, 2 for the charities, but 3, and importantly, the communities that they're operating in. So it's a win-win-win. It's a win for businesses who are enhancing their brand reputation. It's a win for the charities where they're getting the skilled support they need. And it's also a win for the communities that they're operating in. So everyone benefits as a result. But listen, our goal is to transform the charitable sector across the northeast of Scotland and beyond. And we want you to connect with us so we can do just that.
So, Jane wanted to help the 1 in 4 children experiencing poverty in Aberdeen. What we want to do this evening is, what would you like Community to help you with? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause. Absolutely. Lovely seeing Aberdeen and all these on the screen tonight. I think it's been fantastic to see. Okay, and now a big hand of applause, or a big warm applause for our last pitch of the night, MD and founder, now tell me if I got that right, Mike, of Weave Centrics, Mike Gill. Please welcome to the stage.
So I'm going to start with a story. On the 26th of August 2020, a freight train left Milford Haven for Reading. It had 24 tank wagons like the one you can see behind me, each of which contained 75 tonnes or 90,000 litres of diesel. At 23:04 that evening, as it passed over a set of points on the South Wales coast, number 3 tank wagon derailed. The first the driver knew about it was when the emergency brake slammed on. He looked back along the train and saw a wagon was on fire. In actual fact, 10 of the 24 wagons had derailed, with 3 of them on fire. Almost 500,000 litres of diesel escaped from ruptured wagons. The emergency services, when they attended the incident, let it burn for 24 hours to avoid pollution to the estuary. But despite their best efforts, 330,000 litres of diesel escaped into the adjacent wetlands, an area of special scientific interest. Now, no one was hurt in this accident, but the aftermath of it took 7 months and 37,500 man-hours to reinstate the line and clean up the environmental mess that was left over. the rail accident and investigation team found that the accident had been caused by a failure in the brake system of tank wagon number 3. The report had a number of recommendations. One of the recommendations was for the rail freight operators to make better use of the data that they already have to be able to spot defects early and prevent accidents. But there's a problem with this. The 16,000 wagons that the UK have are dumb wagons, like tank wagon number 3. They have no electronics on board. So the data on these wagons is held in disparate systems, and some of those systems are 50 years old. My name is Mike Gill, one of the founders of WeCentrix. We get the right data to the right person at the right time to prevent accidents. For rail freight operators who need to keep their wagons safe, we provide a data analytics service that spots defects early and avoids derailments. As WeCentrix start our own journey, we have a team of 2. I provide the technical heavy lifting with my IT background of analytics, digital twin, and project management. And Erica provides the marketing and sales with our marketing background. Now, both of us have experience in delivering digital change projects, and both of us have worked in a startup in Australia. On this journey, we partnered with a rail freight operator and developed a prototype that is giving their fleet controllers key actionable insights from legacy systems. Now, our roadmap sees us further develop our offering to include services for geospatial predictive analytics and a wagon digital twin. But this roadmap means we have to grow the team. And to do that, we have to grow the sales to be able to fuel our journey. So we have a good understanding of the UK market and the competitive landscape. Total market is approximately 500 companies. Serviceable market, about 120. Internationally, we have leads into Europe and Australia. Comparative market in UK, 16,000 wagons. Australia, 40,000. Europe, 800,000 wagons. For a beachhead market, we're working with a rail freight partner and 8 of their supply chain companies. Now, we have a detailed 2-year forecast of a financial model of our beachhead market. That shows a healthy balance sheet with a recurring monthly revenue model, which gives us 140K in the bank at the end of year 2. But with our company growth plans, we need more sales. And that means we need to bring our predictive analytics online earlier and generate more customers. So once we've reforecasted our beachhead model with the predictive analytics, that's a 5K a month increase in our recurring monthly revenue and an extra 50K in the bank at the end of year 2. Now, this is with a 20K investment that's spread over 8 months. In truth, our service model and a positive cash flow mean that we're not actually reliant on external investors to bring the predictive analytics online. But our company growth aspirations mean that we need access to new markets and new customers, and that's where we think that you'll be able to help us. So we recognize that you need skin in the game, so that's why we're making you this offer of an investment opportunity. So in summary, you have the connections to the new markets and new customers that we need. We have a 20K low-risk investment opportunity as an incentive. Our company ambitions mean that we are hungry for growth. And we have an established runway to launch from and an experienced team at the helm. Now, behind me is a digital twin of tank wagon number 3. In the map on the left-hand side, you can see that it's been red-carded in a siding in Derby because the predictive analytics picked up a fault in the brake system. Now, this didn't happen in 2020, but with your support, it could happen today. Thank you.
Wow, you've got a tough job. judges, haven't you?
They do.
They're so different. Yeah. So different. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our pitches, the 8 pitches for this evening. Give them all a round of applause that they did an amazing job. Feel like proud parents. Really feel like proud parents. Now, in a second, the audience in the room is going to have an opportunity to vote for their favourites. So the audience vote will be open very shortly. You've got the QR code on the back of your badges. They're also in the little slip that you had with your program as well. There's a QR code. You'll scan that and you'll see that you will be able to. The judges are leaving us. Yes. Are you leaving us? You're off. Good luck.
Make sure you come back.
Good luck.
Please.
Thank you very much, George. A round of applause for the judges as they go and deliberate.
Thank you so much.
And they're departing. And so the QR code is on the back of your badges, and we have a little video to show you. And then the the opportunity to vote will be over for 20 minutes. It's a 20 minutes, isn't it? Yeah. Yes. Starting in 3, 2, 1, now. Carney bees might get your votes, if you like honey. And then, of course, we have community. Or did you like Inner Sports AI? Luis and Yan. And then, of course, we heard from Placement Hub. And Revive Geoscience Services might get your votes. Possibly Weave-Centrics.
We're north instead of community here.
I know, but that situation, it's not in the voting though. It's not in the voting, it's community. So vote with your QR code. Aisha, you're back on.
We're back in the room, and I know you've been tweeting. My colleagues have been filling me in on all the active tweets you've been doing. So Chris, sorry, can I just get the clicker? Thank you so much. Great, thank you so much. Okay. So it's really great seeing all the social media buzz, social media activity. That's what we like to see. Please keep it up even after today. You know, tomorrow if you wake up and you remember this event, please do still use those same hashtags. We really appreciate it. Every little helps. But as promised, we do have another prize for you this evening, and it is our hotly anticipated. Now, I was told this isn't actually a gremlin earlier. If you could, my lovely colleague Diana, bring the, what is that again? A mogwai? Is that right? Is that the breed? Okay, so we can, thank you. Don't get this wet at night, because it just goes a bit crazy. So you can win this as our second prize in the social media competition, and I am delighted to announce the winner of this cute and cuddly thing is, do we have it? Oh, no, we don't. Yes, Patricia, there we go. Patricia Innocent, come on up to the stage. There we go. Enjoy Gizmo. Don't get him wet, like Chris said. Thank you so much. Take a bow. Excellent. Thank you for playing. Thank you for participating. Bit of fun during tonight's proceedings, absolutely. Okay, so, you know, there is a fun aspect to tonight, and of course, we're delighted to welcome you to the campus and have it be above a fun event, the showcase. We do celebrate the startups, and we also like to celebrate our university as well. On that note, the cohorts have made a little highlights video for yourselves as well, so reflecting on their experience of the program this year, and we'd love to share that with you.
I had quite a firm idea of what I wanted to produce before I started the Accelerator program, and I think the core of that hasn't changed. However, what I have got is a much more expansive view of what goes into a business.
Before I joined the programme, it was very much idea stage. I had the story written, had some illustrations, but didn't have much after that. So accelerators really kind of helped paint a picture of what the future could look like.
At the beginning, my business idea was a bit all over the place, but currently I'm on a path, so I know what my end goal will be.
So I think through the accelerator, we were able to turn the idea that we had into a viable business plan through things like business model canvas, value proposition.
I think the accelerator really helped us in terms of, encouraging us to talk and think about things like branding and even coming up with a logo, things as simple as that. But then things as big as forcing us to talk to our customers and go out into the market and get that type of feedback.
The cohort, everyone comes with very unique expertise, and we were able to help each other and support each other in this business journey that we're all in.
From the beginning, what we began to find was that we were all on a similar journey, and even though some people had different levels of the advancements in their product offering, we're all essentially passionate about entrepreneurship.
The accelerator gave us an opportunity to network and bounce ideas from one another. There was certain moments when we weren't sure what direction to go into, and having mentors and just colleagues on this journey with us really helped us define what Training is all about.
The EIG team have been extremely supportive before and during the accelerator. The sessions they have organized, they were extremely informative.
The EIG team are brilliant. Everyone brings their own strength to the team, and so there's lots of people to kind of pull different insights from, different business experiences.
EIG team has been helpful. Just like I said earlier, the educators on the innovation sweet spot, and I think that's really been inspiring.
We're just thinking about our customers, the revenue, all the costs associated with the business. We've been running our business for over a year now, and we kind of got lost in everything that we were doing. We didn't really think strategically, so we developed some good future plans.
So Accelerator's been a great process so far. The EIG team are brilliant. They're really funny, full of lots of insight and expertise. And as you can see, something's happening behind me. What are you saying about it? What are you saying about it? Thought that was coming. Chris is actually brilliant. You've been fantastic.
Hopefully we embody the spirit of fun we like to have in our jobs as well, for sure. Okay, so delightful to hear from the cohort. Like I say, this year they've been amazing, and every year they do seem to be. We were also thrilled last night, actually. It's really good timing for the showcase, that STV actually ran a piece on the RGU Startup Accelerator at the STV News at 6. So we'd love to share that with you, the national coverage the Accelerator got last night. And that plays now.
A project designed to create entrepreneurs and support their business ventures is entering its 6th year. Robert Gordon University's Accelerator scheme continues to support a range of startups as they attempt to turn ideas into a profit. Ryan Agriachan visited 2 fledgling companies who've benefited from the initiative. Here's her report.
It's another busy morning in the hive, and these bustling bees are ready for work. After discovering the benefits honey had for her fibromyalgia, Anna and her daughter Kaya wanted to help anyone else in pain. Now the family-run beekeeping business is on a mission to offer natural products made from the source.
We want to tell them about the benefits they get from all the products, because we do different infusions next to the bee products. So, for example, lemon and ginger can help with inflammation and high antioxidants. So we want to tell people, if you choose this one, it will help with this one. If you choose this infusion, you might find it useful for something else. So we want to educate people about the benefits they get and give them value for their purchase, basically.
Carney Bee is one of the 15 businesses across the North East to participate in RGU's Startup programme. The initiative supports early-stage innovators develop their business ventures, providing structured skill sessions and one-to-one support.
We've established a structure for them that can actually provide them support with, I want to start a business. What does that involve? What are the legal aspects to starting a business? What's marketing about? What's a business plan? So we provide all that support, but also within the academic space, which is really important, especially if you are dealing with innovation because of the research and development piece.
A prominent figure in the world of cricket, Jan Stander wanted to bring his knowledge of sport together with his co-founder's skills in AI to create a new way of coaching in a technological era.
This particular one that I've got over here is trained to identify all key body parts that we wanted to pick out. So in this particular instance, it's the ankle, the knee, the hip, the elbows, the wrists, but also importantly the eyes and picking up the eyes. So you can see regardless of what angle we're looking at this video, those same points are being identified. So we can then give feedback, whether it's a 2 or a 5, based on my coaching philosophy of how I want that athlete to perform.
The business hopes the skills obtained in the startup course will help to get their AI-driven coaching platform off the ground and on the market in the very near future. The initiative aims to continue helping hundreds of entrepreneurs build their business to become a rising success. Gráinne Grehan, STV News.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And again, a big thank you to RGU, who had the foresight 6 years ago to invest in entrepreneurship and innovation. Big thank you to our ecosystem partners as well, who made this possible, and also the Wood Foundation, who invested in us years ago. Okay, so now to our first guest speaker of the night. I'm delighted to announce, again, flying in from Asia, all the way from Asia. We're getting everybody coming in today. It's great, fantastic. Andy Ridgway from Everybody Counts, which is a maths edutech program. He's been doing amazing things internationally, and I'll let you fill him in. I'll let him fill you in on what he's been up to. Thank you so much.
First of all, thank you for RGU. We were part of the 2022 cohort, and so everything you're going to see we've done in the last 2 years. We fortunately got picked up by Richard from Converge, and then went on and won second place in the Converge, stuff in Edinburgh. And we've had fantastic support all the way through from RGU and from Converge and Claudia and Richard and the team. So thank you very much. I was an international school head teacher around the world. And for 10 years, I was the head of school. And I was working with the Minister of Education in Malaysia, Dr. Masli, a few years back. And we discussed, like he said to me, I want you to change this country like you've changed that school. And so I said, okay, well, you've got to start with math mastery. We're going to change economies if you do like Singapore, and change on math mastery is a very core thing to be doing in early years in primary school. I then got in meetings with the minister, with a variety of CEOs and MDs of a variety of maths companies, and realized they're all charging him exactly the same amount they're charging me. But I had 200 kids paying $10,000 a pop to come to my school. He was a Minister of Education with 25,000 schools. So I couldn't believe they were giving the same price. So I figured if I used EdTech, I could bring down the price per pupil to an affordable price point, translate and localize the content, and I could sell it to him. Not to him, although it turns out to him. And actually, do pretty well as a business. So we had a pretty powerful mission, which was to empower 1 billion people and make math mastery proficiency accessible for all. This was a core problem, and this has been highlighted since COVID, the failing numeracy rates, the fact that with the education, we'd built it for COVID. It got fast-tracked through COVID, and we built it for COVID for kids at home. We'd not made the step to bringing it to teaching, using education to teach kids in the classroom. The key thing here is as simple on the front end, clever on the back end. I had a vision to do what we did, but I got together a fantastic team, a phenomenal CTO, a great co-founder who was a world-class math mastery author, and we built a very impressive team. This is the type of markets we're looking at early doors, so huge figures. India, 130 million primary school kids. Africa, similar figure. Latin America, we've already got into. We're already working in Ecuador, Colombia, and Peru shortly, with 180,000 students across the region. This is just stuff I show you because, like, you know, like as a thing we're doing. So right now, from my story, we raised £100,000 on a £500,000 valuation right early on. And then we managed to go out around the world, went to Bangkok, went to Dubai and stuff, and looked at the product market fit and got a lot of traction. And they liked what we're talking about. Former educators, head of school, etc. We kind of, when I sat down with ministers, went with BESA, went with Department of Business and Trade. So we kind of had a good way in to sit down with the right people. We then looked at raising on 3 million, and I could have sold it 30 times over the actual shares. So I decided maybe 3 is a bit cheap. So I thought, let's try 5 million. And then about 25 times I could have sold it over. So we thought, let's pop for 10 million, just like try that. And then we managed to raise £500,000 so far on a £10 million valuation of the company. That was all done pre-revenue. Our product, that's a quick snapshots of our product. We built it mobile friendly, data light. So we built it for the developing world. The biggest shock to me is we actually got huge traction in North America, Canada, UK. We're already working with Welsh Government. So we've had huge traction worldwide. We basically built a platform for the children, support notes for the teacher, homework set automatically, marked automatically, and the data fed back to the teacher, which is real-time data. And then since winning Innovate UK, we won £500,000 a few weeks ago on Innovate UK. We've now building the AI engine with the Alan Turing Institute to develop AI to analyze the data, to detect neurodiversity in earlier age. So we've got dyslexia, dyscalculia. We can detect at an earlier age and at least be flags to the teachers to say, and the parent. Dyslexia affects around about 8% of any population worldwide. And dyscalculia is not at a similar rate, but the detection rate for dyscalculia is 2.5% detection on the number of children who's got it. If you go across to Cambodia, where I live in at the moment in Phnom Penh, like you go to Thailand, these do not exist. There is no. So there's got thousands of thousands, hundreds of thousands of children who are suffering because they do not understand number. We localized all the content, and we basically made a pretty attractive product. We got content licensing, obviously the SaaS model. We did a subscription model. We basically made it like Netflix, that where you live in the world, it's slightly cheaper or slightly more expensive. So it costs next to nothing in Cambodia. But in Cambodia, we're charging around about $2 per child per year. Very, very affordable price point. But by the same token, we're shortly going to have 2.1 million children across the country using our product. We charge around about $11, for example, in the States, but we've already got some districts signing up in the US already. We then, once we're going nationally, we've got the family app, which is an upsell. Any population, around about 4%, you can sell up once you're in an education in the edtech sales world. You can get a 4 or 5% upsell. Right now, we're discussing with the board of directors in Vietnam with the Vietnamese Education Publishing House. They have 10 million children they sell to, and we're looking at probably a 4%. Once we get the deal with the Vietnam, we're then going to have the upsell around about 4%. We do the price of a cup of coffee per month for the extra analytics, data analytics, the things to do at home with your child, and 4% of that market will buy the upsell of the product. This is just a quick, brief shot of what we've done so far. So we've already got a signed partner in Thailand. We're on trial with 37 state primary schools across Bangkok. We've got a $500,000 minimum revenue guarantee contract. The contract itself will be $10.26 million a year. Cambodia, we've got funded by Child Fund Korea, and we're looking at the project part funded by UNICEF and UNESCO and the Ministry of Post and Telecom to be funded across Cambodia. We won Innovate UK, £500,000 a few weeks ago, which was nice. We then got £200,000 and won the Shared Prosperity Fund for Wrexham. We're also looking at Flintshire, Denbighshire and Gwynedd on the back of that one as well. We got our first districts in the States. In Michigan, we're at the Tier 1 partner, which is case study level. That means that they are adopting a Scottish company as their Tier 1 maths program. Every single child in the district will be using Everybody Counts. Missouri, a couple of districts there, which quite big numbers. Our first school district in Canada, in Winnipeg. We're corporate partners of ERDI in Canada. The Institute of Education Innovators took us to the States to meet every single superintendent across the States. I flew 41 hours the other week to Puerto Rico to meet 150 superintendents, so I've got some air miles in. And then Ecuador, Colombia and Peru, we've been taken by a publishing company that's pretty exciting, about 180,000 students. These are the figures. We're going to quite comfortably beat year one. I'm confident of that. Year two, because we've done a multi-year system, we should be doing pretty well for year two without much doubt. We kind of that's actually scaled back. We actually think we'll hit around about 24 million by year two. what does it take? This for some feedback if you want. One, read 0 to 1. It's a fantastic book, and I recommend you all read that. Go and find product market fit, but don't tell the investors that, because it gives them money to give you more money. So tell them I've got a pretty good product, B2B, B2G, but I need a bit more money because I think I can also do B2C. But kind of like be selective in your approach, and then tell them you've not quite got product market fit, so I want to go and a bit more money to go out and find it. Believe in yourself and your team. Great determination, resilience, because that's by far the most important. It's so hard. You'll get knocked back time and time again. We're not up here. When I did the cohort in 2022, we didn't make the final. Like, I was stood outside like everyone before. So like, it is what it is. We luckily got taken by Converge and then won an award at Converge. But don't be disheartened if you didn't make the stage today, because we did all right. Be agile and stay slim for as long as possible. And cash flow is absolutely everything. Like, just, I can't tell you that last point is the biggest thing on there. If you want to join us, we're still raising some money. So give me a shout. Thank you.
Great, well done, well done. Wow. Wow, thank you so much, Andy, for sharing that story. And the thing about Andy, and he won't say, he's such a humble guy. He thanks everybody else. He thanks, RGU and Opportunity Northeast helped fund that accelerator as well, that he was on the regional accelerator. He thanks the Converge. But actually, he's a real entrepreneur. He's made all that happen. As you say, he had that resilience and that determination and real passion. You can hear in his voice the passion. So congratulations to you, Andy. I know your dad's in the audience as well. Is he still here? He's still here. He must be very proud of your son to do all the things that he's doing. Good on you. He's done a fantastic job. So, your mum's there as well? Oh, his mum's there as well. Sorry, I didn't realise. I didn't tell her. No, thank you for joining us. That's great. And as I say, a humble guy, but doing some great stuff, and we're really proud of him. So the judges are still deliberating. Last year, we didn't give them enough time, and they were moaning at us because we didn't give them enough time. So we are giving them plenty of time this year. The judging, the audience vote is still open, but that's about to close. So if you haven't voted in your audience vote, then do so now, please, because we are going to be adjudicating that shortly for that. But while we're waiting for the judges just to do their final deliberations, and then we're going to give out some awards, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker for this evening. And this young lady is a serial entrepreneur in Dundee, She's a champion weightlifter. She's an alumni of RGU, which I'm very proud. And when she arrived today, she said that she sneaked in to the health school to have a look around because she'd not been there for so many years. And those of you that have recently seen the rebirth of Gladiators on Saturday evenings, which I have, woo, it's been fantastic, come on, may know her as Sabre from Gladiators. So it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you Shelley McCoy.
I'm going to start my timer, but please, if I go on, tell me. My name is Shelley McCoy, and I am suffering from the worst case of imposter syndrome I've ever had. Some of the pitches tonight were outstanding, amazing. I wasn't quite sure what I was coming to see and to view and to learn, but it certainly was not what I've seen tonight. It's been outstanding. So firstly, as an entrepreneur, I'd like to just congratulate everyone that pitched tonight, because amazing job, and I feel inspired by you. So I'm on a mission, because being a female in an entrepreneurial space has been a challenge in itself. And I've always wanted to build something of my own, but to be honest, I wasn't sure what that might be. This speech that I've created lasts longer than I'm supposed to talk. So if I skip over a slide, my slides are available, and I'm more than happy for you to have them if you would like them. I would like to talk to you about my beginnings and a bit of an insight, my achievements and mindset, which we heard something about this evening, and my advice and recommendations. I'm not here to tell you what a fabulous entrepreneur I am. That is not why I'm here. What I am here to do is offer you an insight in how you can progress in your journey and the things that I wish someone had told me. I need to tell you something, though. There's something you should know, and I'm just going to tell you. I was not a businesswoman. I had no interest in being one, and I've definitely made mistakes along the way. I'm currently 35 years old. I am a fitness industry entrepreneur, primarily. I am CEO, founder, and director in 7 companies. I'm a competitive athlete in 2 sports and champion of both in Scotland. I'm an online and in-person coach. I work with Team GB with youth weightlifters. I'm very privileged to do that. And recently, the accumulation of all of that, I became a TV personality and entertainer. I do this a lot. And I run around in my pants on a Saturday night with some fellow adults that also like to play in that space. It's great. I'm not going to lie. It's great. So my educational history, briefly, I went to Belbaxter High School in Cooper, Fife. My dad went there. He passed away when I was very little, and my mum was determined that we follow in his footsteps because he was a great man. So I went to Belbaxter High School. I went to Elmwood College and did a modern apprenticeship remotely because, to be totally honest, I hated school, and I left when I was 15. Let me just say that again. I'm CEO and founder in 7 companies. I left school at 15. I did a modern apprenticeship first, and I really enjoyed it because learning was different when you get to learn your own way, and I really enjoyed that aspect, and that's what took me to college. I went to Elmwood College in Cooper in Fife, and one of the most influential people in my life was my college mentor. His name was Ian McLean, and I definitely attribute a lot of my success and determination to the voice I had in my head, and it was his voice. I came to RGU, and I was interviewed by Dan and Kath, legends here. And I was accepted into my 2nd year, and I did my degree and an honours. And at the end of my honours, I won Best Overall Performance of the Health Sciences building. And I was offered a master's, which shocked me, and my mum, and my brother. And I accepted it as it was a knowledge transfer partnership between RGU, Techno Gym, and Aberdeen City Council. And my study, very catchy name, brace yourself, the effects of pneumatic-based exercise on balance and gait parameters in older adults to reduce the risk of falls. You won't forget that in a hurry, I'm sure. But it was great, and my hypothesis was it wouldn't work, and I was right. The most effective way to reduce the risk of falls in adults, according to the studies based in that time, 2017, was actually Tai Chi. So there you go. You learn something every day. So when I was here at RGU, I really enjoyed my time here developing my knowledge and understanding within the fitness industry and various development groups within that industry and how I wanted to help those people. Now, this is a question for you, audience participation. If the answer is the sum of all efforts, what is the question? Does anyone know what the question would need to be for me to deliver the answer, the sum of all efforts? Great, because that would have been annoying. The answer is success. What is success? And success is the sum of all efforts. Everything you do leads to your success. Now, my personal outlook on success, the ability to explore your own concepts, enjoy your work tasks with financial gain. Like, we have to pay the bills. But equally, it's having a feeling of purpose in a working capacity, feeling valued, and as though I offer value. All I really want to do is leave everyone better than when I found them. And I feel that that is the value that I would like to offer. And I feel that that is my purpose within my space, working within the fitness industry. Success for me first felt like when I own a gym. And my number 1 rule, we have 9 rules. I know, why 9? Why not 10? We have 9. The first one is make everyone feel welcome. And the first time I ever felt successful is when I walked into my gym, 10 a.m., it'd been open since 6, and there was a group of people sitting on the floor. Some were working out. I noticed a PT helping someone, and my business partner was sitting at the desk drinking a cup of coffee, and he just went, we've done it. Like, look, like we've actually done it. And everyone in that room was different. A different age, from a different background, trying to do something different. There was no elitism in this room. Everyone was working together to better themselves and each other. And I've never felt more successful in my whole life. Not even when the BBC phoned me. Not even when I got my shiny red pants. That moment felt like success for me. And there's something I want to tell the entrepreneurs and everyone in the room. The way success looks, being Sabre on TV on a Saturday night, probably makes you think I'm really successful. But the way it feels is walking into a space knowing that the people in that room feel welcome and that they've got support from people that genuinely care about them. The way success looks and feels is very different at times. And how you feel is the most important marker of whether you are successful in your business. If you've helped one person and offered one idea that's been innovative from your own mind, I will tell you that you are successful. You do not need the mansion, the accolades, the newsreaders. You don't need the BBCs on a Saturday night to know that you have been successful. And I just want to tell you that because I wish someone had told me that. I feel like I chased what success would look like, and I wish I chased what it felt like. This is the objective evidence of my success. These are the companies that I own, have founded, currently work in, or am director of. This is great. I love it. It's definitely something that I'm super, super proud of. And the thing that's the common theme throughout all of these businesses is I work customer-facing with people, and my job is to help them. Whether it's in a fitness facility that helps with injury rehabilitation, whether it's as a motivational speaker or working with people to answer questions they don't quite have the answer to, whether it's providing clothing. Heavy Rep Gear is a clothing brand, but we started by creating clothes that were donated to various charitable organizations to help children get involved in sport, like school when you forget your PE kit. Back in the day, we all know what we did. It was vests and knickers. But with donating clothes, shorts, t-shirts, jumpers, Heavy Rep Gear helped transition some of that. Some of the other things I've done is complete physique within an educational space, sports therapy, rehabilitation therapy, and I've enjoyed all of these for various reasons. I've loved all of them. But none of them would be possible without a partnership. My business partner, this gentleman here, his name is Sam. I'm so proud of him because he was never, ever going to be getting involved in a business space. He was a professional ice hockey player and a qualified accountant, which I am not. So I thought I dragged him into business, and that picture of us shaking hands is literally the very first day that he said, yes, okay. And we were stood on a pavement outside a building that wasn't yet built. And I'd seen the guy that was building it, and I'd said, I want that building. I've got a business plan to create Sweatbox, which was a gym, and I want that building. And I said to Sam, I can't do this on my own. I need someone in the background that will work the spreadsheets until they're dry and help me produce a business model, because my talent lies in working front of the house with people and answering their questions, working with them one-to-one. I can't run a business in the background. And Sam stepped up and said, okay, I'll quit my job as an accountant and I'll come and I'll partner you. That first business did fall apart, but it wasn't our fault specifically. Dundee City Council didn't want a gym space in an industrial unit. So they asked us to leave, and they put a bakery there. So if you want to write to Dundee City Council, do you know what? Actually, a really nice part to this story is that 2 months ago, I won Entrepreneur of the Year in Dundee, and it's funded by Dundee City Council. I know. I met with one of the counselors, Councillor Hunter. He's lovely. And he said, you know, I was always in support of what you were doing. And I said, thank you very much, as I took the award. And I did say, I have to thank the people, the bulls that bucked me off, my mum would say, because they made me work harder. And I truly understood that this is what I wanted to do, because after being told, no, 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 I was still going. And I think that tells me where my passion lies. So in 2020, we started the same business, but in a new area. And that business is thriving in a second venue with free parking. It's bigger, and now I've created Scottish Weightlifting Club in there as well. So it really was such a good knockdown for us. So one point on mindset is, this has been spoken about so much, and I wrote this already, so I feel like these guys stole my ideas, but it's okay. So the importance of innovation, perseverance, and resilience in entrepreneurship. And I can't stress it enough. Having the mindset to be able to openly discuss the challenges you're facing with your business is so important. It doesn't even have to be to someone else that is business-minded. Sharing how you feel and what your plans are and saying your goals out loud is probably what got me to where I am, being able to have the support of others. And that's definitely something I think we should discuss. My entrepreneurial approach, I don't know if you've ever decided what your entrepreneurial approach is, but when I was asked to deliver this speech previously, I had to actually question, what was it? To be honest, it was a multi-dimensional clash of research, innovation, imagination, education, and then a whole bunch of frustration. Because good business is offering a solution to a problem that you can see. Not everyone else can see that problem. And the frustration that I felt is what led me to the sacrifices I made for the businesses that I currently have. I did a lot of sport, and I have some transferable lessons from that. Briefly, my discipline in sport, the perseverance to become an athlete, the training schedule, the patience it takes over years for that to actually come to fruition, and to have the ambition to even try. I don't have time to spend time on this, but we can talk about it later. Adversity is an adversary, and I've always believed that adversity will inspire your fight or be the alibi to your freedom. I quoted myself on this. I do think it is true. The adversity that I faced was the phoenix from the fire for me. I knew that that's what I wanted. They said no. I'd been shot down a whole bunch of times, and it made me sit down and go, okay, there's more to this because I'm not giving up. And that was where I found my fight. However, after the first adversary of the first gym breaking down, I could have easily walked away and started something else, and I would have been guilt-free, because someone else was there to blame. I could have blamed them and gained my freedom. And even that would have been an opportunity for me to start again, and I don't see that as a negative. My advice and recommendations. I'm making good time. I'm on 14 minutes, okay? I'm doing well. So the initial steps I took and the foundations of building my first business. Now, all of the business I've seen seem really well established, so I wonder if my guidance might not be misplaced and if you can actually guide me some with the things that you guys already know. So, before I started any business, when I was 21 years old, I sat in a gym working for someone else in a clinic room that I could touch both walls, and I wondered what my vision was. And an older gentleman, his name was Mike McWilliam, was my first ever business angel. I didn't apply to Business Angels. I was fixing his shoulder one day, and he asked me, where would I like to be in 5 years? And I didn't have that vision. I also hadn't established what the mission on that would be, or really what my true values were. But I'll tell you now, my vision, my mission, and my values, I wrote before I even began my first business fully. And every single business decision I ever make and will ever make always come back to these 3 points. If it doesn't fit what my initial vision is, I'm not yet ready to take that step. If it is not in line with what my mission was, I'm still not ready to deviate from my pathway. And my values will always be the same. And I feel this one is the most important, so it's the only one I'll read you. I'm genuinely invested in improving the health and fitness of each of my clients. And I will always express what I stand for in my motto, live stronger and live longer. I offer credible education guidance through personal passion, and it's never profit-driven. That's how I truly feel about my business, and until the day I am no longer in business, they are the values that I will come back to. 5 things I wish someone had told me. Take your time when planning. To be honest, I'm going to say it out loud for the first time ever. The fact the first business didn't work is my own fault. I began a business in a unit that did not yet have planning permission. Why? I was impatient. I was keen. I was driven by passion, and I hadn't yet been patient enough to get the legal representation I also needed to fight with an entire council versus me. I wasn't patient. Take your time. Don't allow others' doubts to cloud your courage. I am bored of glass ceilings. Oh my word. 1,000 have been put above me, not only as a young entrepreneur, but as a female, as an athlete going into business. Athletes aren't intelligent. The fact I went to uni is shocking to some of the business men and women I've met. Don't let others' doubts cloud your courage. Be courageous in all your decisions. Balance does not exist. Do not go out there thinking there's a 50-50 and you can only give some of yourself to business and the rest has to be on life balance. The second I accepted the fact that I will pour myself into business, my business flourished. And I'm not ashamed to say, I don't have great nights out. I have no social life. But that's okay, because my friends now understand the value and the satisfaction I have of helping others, that I don't need to go out on long weekends and spend time out and not go to work. I do spend time outside. I do take days off. But it's not 50-50, and that is okay. Just because it's never been done doesn't mean it can't be done. There's something called the Robert Broyden effect. Have you heard of it? He's the person that broke the 100-meter world record after it standing for like 20 years. And the second he done it, it got beaten again and again and again, because all of a sudden it seemed humanly possible. You are not the people that follow the RBE effect. You are those that create it. You are those that create a pathway for others to believe it can be done. We at RGU, and as the alumni, we do not follow, we lead. So stop, look, and listen, particularly to yourself. As an entrepreneur, I can tell you that sometimes I wish I'd listened a little more. And in my final minute, thank you, I will give you my book recommendations, and I have 4. The first one is The Obstacle is the Way by Ryan Holiday, because when I didn't think I could go through the obstacles and the challenges that were facing me, I read this book and thought, you know what? Not a single great person in history did not face adversity, and every single one that you could name as a leader has come from fire. Every single one of them is a phoenix in their own right. The next one is Relentless by Tim Grover. Now don't read this unless you're prepared to go to the gym or burn energy, because the hype this book gives me is unparalleled. It tells you to be relentless in every single endeavor you do. Do not stop. That's what every single page on this book tells you, and it's great for momentum. The next is Misadventures in Entrepreneuring. Now, Lucy Rose Walker, that wrote this, is one of my best friends. She's also one of my PT clients, and I'm going to connect her with the team up here because she would be a wonderful speaker for you about all the things you think you're doing wrong. Yeah, you are. We all do. We all make those mistakes, and that's fine, because when someone tells you it's okay, we've all followed those footsteps and we've seen those pitfalls, all of a sudden there's no more shame and guilt associated with the plans that didn't quite work out. And her book changed my perception on my failures into opportunities. And the last one, because everyone needs some escapism, and I implore you to step away from the academia at one point and just read something fun. Take your mind off it. And my favorite book is Daughter of Smoke and Bone by Laini Taylor. It's a great read, and it's about goblins and monsters, and it's not serious. And I love that about it because it gives me time to just be something else. I've been Shelley McCoy. I hope that I've offered you value, and I'm around for the evening. Please talk to me if you want to.
Thank you so much, Shelley. That was amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much, Shelley. That was amazing. Wow. Inspirational, really inspirational. And so many themes that connect with what we're doing here at RGU. And I think I've got a new RGU brand. Is the principal still around? I think I've got an RGU brand now. We don't follow, we lead. I like that. I think it's RGU. Yeah, always a round of applause over there. Yeah, woo! But the entrepreneurial mindset, I wrote it down, entrepreneurial mindset, transferable skills, resilience, mentorship, the vision, mission, values, and having values as the core being really important. So thank you so much, Shelley. We really appreciate you coming to speak to us this evening. So we're going to give out some awards, ladies and gentlemen. Woo! So the first two awards that we're going to give out are the Best Exhibition Stand and the Extra Mile Award. Now, these awards are actually decided by the Entrepreneurship and Innovation Group at RGU. And I'd like to invite Candace and Graham and Dawn, because I think the judges are back now, so Dawn can join us. Would you like to join me on stage, please? There we go, give them a round of applause. So if you'd like to grab the award and the envelopes, there should be two there. So Best Exhibition Stand. This was really difficult to judge because I think you'll agree that the exhibition stands looked amazing this year, and they have done for the last few years as well. Do you have the envelope? No, it's coming. Oh, it's coming. Good. So it's the Exhibition Stand and the Extra Mile Award. Have we got the right ones? Yes, good, excellent. Good, well done, Graham. Thank you. So, yes, Best Exhibition Stand. It was really tough, but the judges did make a decision, and Candace is going to read the winner for us.
Okay, hopefully everyone can hear me. So the winner of the 2024 Startup Accelerator Showcase Best Stand Award is Carney Bees.
Woo! And Carney Bees not only win the award, they win £1,000. With your award. Oh, and a check. Big check. Well done. Great. Well done. It's fantastic. And your award. So for those that didn't see it, it was a beehive. They actually brought in. Oh, well done, Hannah. Big shout out. Excellent. The second award that we decided was the Extra Mile Award. Now, the Extra Mile Award is given to someone who demonstrates 100% commitment to the cause. They turn up to everything. They give their all to their business and, more importantly, to the other members of the cohort as well. And they're a pleasure to be around. And I will now pass over to Candace, who will read out the winner of the Extra Mile Award.
So the winner of the Extra Mile Award is... It's Ronnie.
Woo! And she wins £1,000. Look at the camera. Okay, round of applause for Ronnie, and thank you to Candace, Dawn, and Graham.
So, our next award of the evening, as we're keeping the good times going, I'm delighted to invite to the stage our next award giver, Professor Felix Chung, who is RGU alum, who traveled, as I said earlier, all the way from Hong Kong with his wife to be with us earlier. He graduated from Robert Gordon Institute of Technology with a BSc in quantity surveying in 1986, and went on to have a successful career in both politics and entrepreneurship. So please, a big, warm welcome to the stage for Professor Felix Chung, who's going to say a few words for us. Yeah, if you just say a few words about yourself.
Oh, okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's my great pleasure and honor to be here to present the Sustainability Award. As I graduated in 1986, when I saw the Back to the Future car out there, I really had feelings because I visit the Scott Sutherland School out there, right? I haven't been there for 40 years. And now is the principal office. So when I studied quantity surveying, I was in that building. So when I came back in 40 years' time, it becomes the most important building of RGU. So I felt that Back to the Future, I was there. I only chose RGIT to be my further education. Now is the RGU. I feel proud of the RGU. So I went back home, not as a quantity surveyor. I joined my family business. It was in the garment and textile business. After 25 years, I went for the political elections, and I was elected as a legislator in Hong Kong in 2012. After that, I just discovered that textile and garment is the second polluted industry in the world. So I have to find something or somehow that I have to reduce the pollutions from the textile and garment industry. So I start to think about environmental issue. When I understand that RGU have this very amazing setup, startup accelerator program, then think of what I can do. So if I can, or work together with RGU to create a sustainability award to support and encourage the entrepreneur, that if they can have create some sustainable ideas, technologies, program, whatever, then here we can give them a certain support and let the project or the company to develop and grow in a profitable way. First, they become a successful company. Second, they're really helping the world on climate change and global warming. So I'm very pleased that tonight that I can present the award to the winner. So the winner is, because the writing is a bit, it's Revived Geoscience.
Thank you. Sorry, I was still devastated that you couldn't read my writing. I was never very good at handwriting, if I'm honest. So yes, congratulations to Revive Geoscience for that, and thank you so much again to Felix and Jennifer, his wife, for supporting that award. It's really very much appreciated, and huge congratulations. So I think the judges are back in the room. How was that? How did you find that? Tough, but you've made decisions. Fantastic, brilliant. So, would you like to join me on stage and we'll give out some awards? Thank you very much. Round of applause for the judges. Excellent. So have you all got, you know which ones you're doing? You're each doing, oh right, okay. So we're going to go with best pitch, Yukemi, is that right? Okay, fantastic. Would you like to announce the winner? So best pitch award.
Yeah, so the best pitch was a really difficult one to decide, but we went for a team that provided a visually appealing presentation today, something memorable that we know we're going to remember for a very long time. It was really good to see also their roadmap of growth and expansion. So,
drum roll.
The Best Pitch Award goes to Big Dog Stories.
Woo! Colin, thank you, Yukemi. That must have been a tough one. And so next up, I think, Ed, you're going to do the Community Impact Award. Edward Pollock, ladies and gentlemen.
Massive well done to all the teams. You put in a great amount of work. And now for the Community Impact Awards, again, another tough decision. We felt that the team that won this award had a real clear focus on what their community could look like, a real clear understanding of how the business could grow. They also had some proven traction and some really good revenue numbers as well, and also gave a really compelling pitch, and we felt the money could hopefully go a long way. So, the 2024 Community Impact Award goes to Carney Bees! Woo! Congratulations to Carney Bees, well done. And I think the final one of the judges was the Innovation Award, Danella. Thank you, Danella Beaton, ladies and gentlemen, with the Innovation Award.
Oh my word, this was tough. This was really tough. But, you know, I'm going to take the opportunity, as I always do when I'm on a stage, just to really compliment everyone. What a great evening of presentations, of 5 months of really amazing work. And that made this decision really, really hard. And we did struggle. We struggled. But after a lot of deliberation, we felt, when you look at the actual guidelines we're given, which was which of these initiatives and which team could actually make a global difference and actually change the world in the way they position themselves and in the work that they're doing. And they evidenced that for us in the use of data, in the use of sort of a real clear explanation of the problem that they were trying to solve. And so, the winner is... Drum roll. Big round. It's Cardio Intel.
Woo! Venga! Congratulations, Venga and your team. Up you come. Stay on stage. Stay on stage. Well done, buddy. Well done, well done. There we go. £5,000. And thank you to our judges, Yukemi, Danella, and Edward. Okay, this is me again. Is it? It's me again. Yes, right. Okay. So the final one of the evening is the Audience Choice Award that you've all been voting for. And I'd love for Shelley to join me on stage to award this one. And that's the winner. Shelley McCoy. Thank you, Shelley. So again, it would be interesting to see who the audience has chosen as their winner this evening.
I'm actually excited about it as well, to be fair. And as voted for by you and me, the winner of the Startup Acceleration Showcase Audience Award is Cardio Intel. Woo!
Cardio Intel win again. Congratulations, another £5,000. Thank you, Shelley. Up you come. Yeah. You did it again. I would cuddle you, but you're too tall. Well done, buddy. Well done. And another £5,000. Congratulations, guys. Fantastic. Aisha, why don't you join us on stage for this one? Aisha's been mentoring these guys. Come on, Aisha. Well done, well done, well done. Thank you, Shelley, for doing that. Okay, I think, Aisha, you're coming back on stage because that concludes the awards. Didn't they do great? Give them all a round of applause for all award winners. Wow. But everyone won tonight because I think they all did a fantastic job and they should all be very proud of what they achieved.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, what an amazing night. Honestly, there's something special about tonight. I could just feel it in the air. I know the ripple effects of this is going to go on probably for years. So thank you so much for being here on our RGU campus. Thank you so much to, like I say, our Northeast fantastic entrepreneurial ecosystem make it all possible. Thank you to the EIG team as well, because in as much as it takes a village, I think I said the other day, to run this program. And thank you to Shelley, of course, for such an inspirational speech. Thank you to the Accelerator alumni who are in the room. Even if you've not been on stage, I can still see you here, and you're still supporting the program from wherever you are in the world, which is amazing. Thank you to Felix, of course. And I think we just wish you all the best in the future, and we're excited to see where your startups will go. And that concludes the evening, guys. There are a few drinks left over. But we would like to see you back for next year, if you're up for it. And I will, yes. And I'll hand over to Chris to say a word of thanks.
Thank you. Yeah. Just to close, that concludes our 2024 showcase. We do have some flowers for the judges. If you'd like to bring on some flowers for the judges. And there's also some flowers for Felix and his wife as well. And some flowers for Shelley. And Andy and Andy's mum and dad also get one, so thank you very much. Thank you to the guys for the AV, you've done a fantastic job. As always, couldn't do it without AV1, big round of applause for them. And there are so many people to thank when you put something like this, the estates. Sue and Claire have been amazing as well, thank you to Sue and Claire, always amazing. All our friends and colleagues at RGU, the estates team, the catering, everything like that as well. So that concludes. Congratulations to all our entrepreneurs, and thank you to the audience in the room and those that have watched online as well. We couldn't do it without you, and we hope that you will join us for our 7th Accelerator, which is going to probably kick off around September, but me and Aisha and the rest of the team are going to lie down in a dark room for a week or something. But thank you for joining us, and enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you. Good night.